Questions were raised about express pearl ship, which transported a quantity of chemicals which had been denied access to other entry ports on its way to Colombo, but Colombo port under Sri Lanka Port Authority, under the chairman of Sri Lanka Ports Authority that time, former Sri Lanka Army commander, allowed the express pearl ship to access Colombo port, and subsequently it got caught into a fire. And then this issue was raised in the parliament as to why it was given accessibility to the Colombo port. And later, the whole incident created a big impact on the environment, and we have seen today that the first installment of US $3.6 million had been sent to the country by the Express Pearl Ship owning company as an initial down payment for the initial compensation of US $40 million requested by the Attorney General's Department of Sri Lanka. So actually, the Attorney General's Department has a limited role here, because this assessment of the damages has to be done by the Sri Lanka's court system. Because we have seen subsequently the former Sri Lanka Army commander, who was heading the Sri Lanka Port Authority as its chairman, had been transferred to Industries Ministry as its secretary, and I think he mentioned his unsatisfaction about this transfer, but yet. While this transfer took place, and from the which Sri Lanka Port Authority, which actually controls the Colombo port, what happened was the whole incident happened during his time, and there are some doubts whether these accidents actually they naturally happen or artificially created in order to collect the compensation of large amounts in US dollars to the country, and also donations, because we have seen the President Joe Biden of USA have donated US dollars 100,000 for this disaster as compensation to the people from Negombo to the Colombo South Panadur area. And also we have seen the Norwegian Coastal Administration offering help, and the UK, we have seen the Centre for Scientific Environmental Analysis, that institution has offered help, and however the major component of the first claim for compensation of US $40 million had been claimed through the Attorney General's Department, and we have received, I think Sri Lanka has received $3.6 million recently. But the thing is, since in order to protect the credibility, the accountability, and the responsibility for these type of compensations coming into the country, because later, if otherwise it proves, it can damage the reputation of Sri Lanka. So I think Sri Lanka's courts must assess the amount of compensation that Sri Lanka is eligible to claim, or whether we can get the compensation or not. It's not the Attorney General Department, because how this accident happened, whether it was like a purposefully created fire in order to get the compensation from the particular company that owned the Express Pearl ship. And later, because once the company pays the money, they claim the money from Lloyds Shipping Insurance Register Underwriters in London. So, if subsequently later years, if something proves otherwise, to show that these incidents had been created artificially to get the money from the companies who own the ships, it reflects bad on our country. That is why Attorney General cannot do this. Actually, the Sri Lanka's courts, as an independent branch of the state, must decide on the amounts to be claimed, and how much to be claimed, and whether it can be claimed or not. Otherwise, it can damage the reputation of our country, because looking at the frequency of number of accidents happening around Sri Lanka, one has a very clear like an idea that this accident may be done in order to get the compensation in US dollars, since Sri Lanka already have a problem in covering up its foreign loans and also the trade account deficit in the country.